Yeah, so hello, welcome to my series on web scraping again. So today I will be looking at scraping TikTok, without using proxies, just using a lot of user agents and the rest mechanism. Um, let's move right into it. And starting the client in which I'm using is Playwright. I'm using Playwright to grab the HTML content, then passing the HTML to through Beautiful Soup, right? Like I said in the last lecture, I used HTTPX, right? Based on the how dynamic the website for TikTok is, we need to do some kind of browser automations, right? So yeah, the first thing is okay. Let me just. I'm just going to walk you through the code. It's a very long read. If I would do this, I think we'll have to stay in this lecture for about 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, the first thing is I'm setting up my configurations, right? So which is my login statement, login just like the print statement in Python. Okay, for this disclaimer, I'm going to say this video is not really for those that does not a handful knowledge in Python. I assume that anyone watching this video has a deep knowledge of how to use Python, how to work with Python programming. So yeah, so this as I then some other libraries like the emoji library to remove emojis from their bios and the like. Then for this lecture I'll be saving the outcome of my run into a database, right? So then the next one is the user agents. Now you would ask me, how can I get this? So let's go together to useragents.io. You can get from this. Okay, I have it opened right here. So let me just close this. Then you can go down. Then you check. You can copy. I recommend that you use more of user agents that has the system like not just the phones I that's my recommendation. You see as many as you can down here, so you can just load as many as you can research as well, load as much as 10 user agents. So okay, yeah, let's go back to the code itself. So yeah, the user agents, then like I said, so we can check. These are my user agents. I loaded about 10 of them. Then this part of my helpers function in the sense that I want to convert the number of followers where you have 9k 9m to I want to convert them to integer values, right? Also the number of views and the number of total likes to integer value. So yeah, that is it. Then okay, now that is now for the usernames. I have built like a search tool. So I'm going to explain in another video about the search tool. The search tool, where this is it right here, looks into um, Instagram, uh, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube, and it scripts from Instagram. Actually, scripts username from Instagram, then look through to other social handles to to look up the names, and if it exists, brings it back for other social handles. Do you get? So that's that. Then so I have the username saved in a JSON file. So this is the JSON file. This is the TikTok aspect of the usernames. So back to the so yeah, so we can continue. So now this is the main thing we are looking up to. Now this is I'm using Playwright as a client, launching headless. So but I am going to illustrate some things to you because I use some key parameters where you need to understand the whole execution of the script. Now first I will use one username as an example. So let me see if yeah, let me check. Okay, I want to for us to understand the script, I want to use want to use a browser where I'm not signed in with, either my email or Gmail, so for it to really understand what this. So let's say TikTok.com. Okay, that's so. Let's wait for it to load. If it's loading, let's wait for it to load. I guess it is. Yes. So there are some key attributes of what you're going to see play out right here, and the first is the cookies, right? So I before I load the developer tools, okay, let me just load it because it's one way or the other going to still come up, right? That's developer tools for it. So the cookies is going to come up. So now let's check back while we wait for it to load. So the cookies is going to come up right now. So okay, it's not, I don't know why it's not coming up for this time. So let's go back to our code. So the cookies which I'm waiting for, the button I'm waiting for, it's like a cookie telling me to accept all kind of, so then I was able to automate the browser in a way whereby it locates the button of the cookies. I would have loved to you to see where button equals to allow all, then click on it, just to be able to mimic an individual browsing. Then the next thing, which is like it, is then I want to wait for a particular attribute, of the a particular attribute of the video. So this is it. So this is what exactly I'm waiting for. So I told the browser to wait until it sees something like this. Let's look for it together. Yeah. So until it sees something like that. Yes. So now when you look at this side, what you see is uh, this is the main attribute. Yeah, this. So I told it to look for strong, then data E to E follow account. So wait for that CSS selector right there. So this is a, you can see, wait for selector, then data what, E to E follower count. Can you see that now? So it means the browser will have to wait till it finds this. Then once it says it, then it proceeds. You know. Then I was able to use a sleep mechanism, right? Then just to then this page dot evaluate, just to be able to scroll down in case there is a kind of lazy loading, in the website. Now, okay, let's go to the next part of it, which is the part which it becomes much more easier. Now we've gotten the HTML content, right? So like I said the whole goal is to grab the HTML content, and after grabbing the HTML content, pass it into beautiful. So okay, this is the HTML content, which is await dot page dot content. Oh, like I forgot to mention, I'm running this on using the async playwright. So some syntax whereby you see await. So yeah, it's just like that. So now let's go to the first key thing, which is now to pull that follower tag. Remember from the last class I did with Beautiful Soup, I said to get the data, the first is the tag, and you go to the locator itself, that is the key, like the key to getting data. So yeah, this is the first thing. Let's click on this again. We have the tag strong, then data E to E word follow account. Go back and check. Okay, now this is another thing you need to know. Wherever you say something like this, we can read that text in as more a dictionary. So, and that's what you're seeing here, like saying it as a dictionary, right? So that is the tag. Now, remember I showed you an helper function which allow me to be able to convert anywhere I have those letters to numbers. So I applied it to get the then let's go to the total number of likes. So the total number of likes I'm talking about is the likes you have here. So which is this, you see just the same process. Tag, you know, e you know, then I want to check for the bio, right? I want to check for the bio, the same process like I said, the bio, right? That's the bio. So then to get the text, I am doing dot text dot strip to get the text. Then let's go to the main aspect where you need to be very careful and vigilant, which is the video data. So now the first thing is, like I told you, that when you are trying to get the video data, kind of, so whether it's video, there are always widgets or cards in which they are being, you know, they are being, the website is being designed in some kind of widgets or cards or something. So the first thing you need to target is either you target a container holding those cards or widgets, or you target, you know, the array of, you know, widget itself. So for this we are picking the arrays of the widget. So to get that array, let's load on this again. Okay, my yes, so let's target. So when you load this and come back here, scroll up a bit, that is just the image, so you can see then you will see, let's scroll up a bit, they stay around that same. You will see something like div data user post item. That is the card itself. So to get the full container, that's the full container post list item. But this might not do justice. You might try it out and, you know, it works. That is the old widget holding the old video. Now, but this is, I need it per video. Now this is it. Let's go back to my script. You will notice that what I did was to get the video, the block of videos, right? I need just 10 videos. So what I did was the div, then the key to get the video. What I call the key, right? I said it's a dictionary, but what I call the key. But I need just 10 of those videos, right? That forms a kind of list, right? Remember that I said when you use the find all, it means you're saving the whole stuff into a kind of list, right? So that is a block of, you know, that is the containers, each containers. Now I want to filter down to getting the data and the data within those videos, the data that is visible to us. You know, we are not going through the APIs where we can see the comments and the like, but the data that is visible to us right now. So what we need to do is for the first one, which is the href. So let's go back to go and get the href, right? For the video. So let's go back. The href, we need a tag. Remember that href most importantly most times have an a tag, href. So now when you scroll up a bit, the first href, okay, for the video. So when you scroll up a bit, yeah, this is it. You can see a, let me push this up, a, then href, right? Now, but this href is so unique, and I'm going to show you. So this is a, right? Href. Do you get that? A and href. So within this, we have the href for the video. Then video views underscore tag. Let's go to that. So for me to show you now, this indicates the number of views, right? Number of views per time. Why is this not loading? Okay, number of views. So I need this is the main data. Be careful not to select this, but this is the main data I need. Now when you come to this place, you see the key is strong. The the dictionary you're looking for, or maybe you might not use the class. Or one thing that will not make me recommend using the class. So there's guys, they do alternate the classes, but this should be, a very, good way to pull it. Sometimes you use the class, sometimes you might use this, and just test what works out. But most importantly, I use a class sometimes, I use this sometimes. So strong, then E2E, then the value is video underscore view. So let's check that that is the same thing we are pulling in. Then the views to get the views itself. Okay, like we did, that we have k there, so we need to extract. So these are the number of, this thing that is visible to us. Now let's now map, let's compose let's map the data we need right now. So I need the username, I need the profile URL, I need the followers, you know kind of a dictionary. And remember that I have already like opened a list where I want to save that dictionary into, then, right? So because I'm pulling for a quite number of usernames, so I'm saving this, right? I'm letting it sleep for 5-10 seconds on, on random. Then the next thing is to pass the data. This, I'll just do this so quick using pandas. So definitely you can go through your own data cleaning process yourself. So this is just that. Then the other part, I turn the data into records. I'm sending it to a database. So yeah, then the final part of it is the upstats. Create table if not exist. Then the upstats. Now the upstats is to update existing record. If you know then I have the upstats statement. Okay, this is the upstats statement. Then to execute that number of data, you need to execute many. So now, like I said, for now I have the JSON being saved. In a production environment, I just pass the outcome from the search into the script directly. So, but the JSON is saved for me. So loading JSON, then being able to use. So let's try it. So I've done this before. So let's try to check for what we have um, running this. So now it's loading. So let's go back to check why it's loading, to check if we have. I don't know why this is not coming out today. The maybe because I've loaded it once. So let's just go back. Why it's loading? 1 minute. Let's try that again. I really need you to see that cookie we have. We're trying to load in. So let's say TikTok. Let me use someone else right now. Lai Wasabi. Yeah, I guess I guess I guess this should give me what I was looking for. So let's wait while it loads. Alright. Okay, yeah, these are the pop-ups I'm talking about. But not this. There is one other key pop-up you might want. I'm waiting for, right? While we also wait for this, let's go back to the solution and see. Yeah, you'll see that our solution works, right? So you can go ahead and you know, continue with this. So that is it from my side. If you've really, you know, been impacted by this video, follow the link to my YouTube, and if you're seeing this from YouTube, like, subscribe, and possibly share. Yeah, thank you for having me once again. Yeah. So see you in the next video. The next video I'll be explaining how to build that search tool I told you about. So yeah, that's it.